Hello everyone and welcome to Cyber Hacks. So today we'll be doing our third session on cybersecurity. This is a Do check out our other two videos on introduction to advanced cybersecurity. So thank you for watching the video. So basically what are we? We are Cyber Hacks. It's a cyber community which is active on WhatsApp, Instagram, LinkedIn, and other social media platform. Do check out and join us. We have an active community on WhatsApp also. Do join our community. So let us start for what we are here for. Today we'll be discussing about the attacks in cybersecurity. So these are the 10 attacks that we'll be discovering about and with proper information and vulnerability exposure and the reasons why do these occur. Okay. So first of all, we'll be working with phishing. This is a very common term which you may be knowing about it already. So, phishing is basically when someone tries or tricks to take your information which is very sensitive. For example, debit card, credit card, your mobile number, your email address, or some other sensitive information of yours. This can happen through mail, text, messages, and other online platforms. So the actual attack description is like this, that a person is trying to take your sensitive information through email, text, calls, etc. This is the most common attack. This is the most common type of attack which is used for scamming you all. Whenever a scam occurs, they generally say press star 401 star and then a number is being given to you for updating for anything. This is actually star 401. You should know it is for call forwarding. So there are different types of things which can happen. Also, the people are out there who generally are selling their products on OLX and other platforms, their old products. So a person sends them a link that I'll be paying you in advance, so please click on it and write your code UPI pin. So as soon as you enter the UPI pin, you also know when a UPI pin is entered, it is for payment of sending, not receiving. So as you do that, it is sent. So you should be aware of this, that phishing attacks is the most common attacks which we see today. It is because of social engineering, and in layman language, social engineering is nothing but manipulation. So take care of it because this is a very common attack and nowadays it is very common. So now I have explained you earlier also the vulnerability exploited, but here we will look it into again. So the human susceptibility to social engineering, lack of awareness, the main thing here is only lack of awareness. Because if you have the ability, if you are knowing the basics about cyber awareness, you will not be falling into any kind of a trap. Because nowadays phishing scams and um, impersonating themselves as a relative, as a friend or something, you will be knowing that if there is something fishy, you will find something fishy. If you have awareness, this kind of attack will not happen to you. So this was all about phishing. So then I will give a small concept which is social engineering, which I have the term which I have used and told you that in layman language it is manipulation. So technically, it is a manipulative strategy to exploit your psychology so that they have gained their unauthorized access to your sensitive information. For example, you know there is a dark web. So if there is uploading of your data for free, like your debit and credit card numbers are there, your CVV numbers are there. Now just they need a OTP. So through social engineering, through manipulation techniques, if they are able to get that three or four digit pin, so your money is gone. So social engineering is nothing but just manipulation techniques via calling, texting, emailing, or some other means. So now the second attack we'll be now doing going with is malware attack. This is a very common attack, I must say, because you guys must be using your mobile phones and must be downloading games and everything on the daily basis. Like, things are paid nowadays very hefty. So malware attack is what? Nothing much but a short malware which is very dangerous for your system. So sometimes when you're downloading a paid software, a paid game, but on a website where they are giving out you free. So you should know one thing: nothing in this world is free. Everything costs you something or the other, directly or indirectly. So sometimes you can think of that there might be a chance that there is a worm, not a proper physical form of worm, but a worm is a kind of a software, a small kind of a malware which is injected in the software and the games, or viruses, trojans, ransomware. If these enter into your system, as soon as they enter, they will be multiplying themselves. They will be revolving around your system. Some of them will send all the information data, and ransomware is one point I have noted here. So about ransomware, I'll be talking about it uh, in other attack, because it's ransomware is a proper attack. Okay, we'll be discussing that in after this slide. It will come. There is a topic on malware too. So basically, malware attack is a type of attack in which the person's sensitive information, either it goes, or the system starts to get slow, not working properly, because there are thousands of things which are working on the back end. You will not be able to know it because of it. The main reason that it is there is because of installing a malicious software. I have discussed this point in the previous slide, that the only and only reason is because of the malicious software. I would suggest don't ever use torrent in this way, because you may lead to system exploit. It may lead to your sensitive information reveal. Like, people have many things on their systems, on their phones, on their laptops, their PAN cards, their ID proofs, and many other things. So there are chances that they might get the photos of it, they might misuse it. So also, if you want to do it, you can do it, but there are certain steps you need to follow. For example, at least you should have a paid antivirus protection in your laptop, in your phone, sometimes if you are using your phone for those purposes. So if you have an antivirus, as soon as you download and as soon as it enters into your into your system, it will say warning. As soon as that happens, just delete that software or delete that malicious thing, because it will lead to your reveal of the sensitive information and other things. Now let's get hands on the denial or service attack, DOS attack. You must be knowing about this attack too, but I'll explain you better and in a more technical ways. So DOS attack is denial or service attack. It is basically when a person is trying to downtime and disrupt a website. For example, we are taking a website xyz.com. Now on that website, we want a DOS attack. Basically, a DOS attack, what will it actually do? It will shut that down, and there is some error on it, because the number of users allowed on that website, or I can say technically, there is a limit to the number of visitors on that particular website. If it is 10,000 and it goes 10,000 for one, 10,002, as soon as that happens, the site is down. The legitimate users will not be able to see anything. They will be like, this is the site is down now. So financial losses and image will be down of that these people are not having a good website, they do not have security to their website or any other thing. So vulnerability exploited main here is network or system resource exhaustion. This attack has advantages of limited capacity of a system to handle a large number of simultaneous requests. So in other language, I would say that it is an attack to a limited capacity of system handles, which I have already told you, number of visitors are limited sometimes. Actually, there is a limit to every website, that this website has 5,000, this website has 5 lakh. Like Google has a lot, because it is, I suppose, in my view, the Google has the maximum visitors allowance, because Google is never down. Google has been never down until and unless some malicious activity is done on that website. So this is the thing, The main vulnerability is because of the limited capacity. So there are certain things which help us to know that there is legitimate users or it is just a DOS attack. Now let us come with the man in the middle attack. The man in the middle attack is actually a really good attack. So let us discuss about it now. So man in the middle attack is actually the unauthorized third party intercepting the communication of the two parties without their knowledge. Now, in other words, I would like to tell you that if you are surfing on a particular website like xyz.com, as you enter, there is a cookie made, which is actually called session cookie. Okay. Now the cookie is made, you are there. So if someone intercepts your working, somebody is able to take over it. So basically, when without your knowledge the third party is entered, also it actually makes integrity fail. For example, if you are on a chat log and a man in the middle attack has occurred due to your Wi-Fi or something else, so now what will happen if you're typing how are you, so it will not go hi, how are you? It will change to something else like how are you doing? Or there will be a change. You will see that what you sent and what the person received will be different. So this is the man in the middle attack. It actually intercepts our integrity towards towards software or everything we are using in it. Vulnerability exploited is basically unsecured communication channels. There are communication channels which are present in every website whenever it is made. So they should be having secure coding and proper steps should be taken care of so that no type of man in the middle attack could happen in any way, because it's a very dangerous attack in which integrity of the customer is evoked. Now let us work with SQL injection. I think you must be knowing about SQL because it is a type of a language or a framework, what you say, in the backend, which is used in databases so that you are able to help with the query. So here that SQL help us to do many things. SQL attack is basically when you are putting some malicious code into the input fields of websites. So it can lead to the changes in the uh, databases. Either you can change something, manipulate the database, remove the database some data from it, or either you can have the whole hunch of database. You can enter the database in such a way that you're the admin of the website or something like that. It is possible. So the vulnerability is basically sanitization input in SQL queries. If you have put some restriction towards the inputs in a website, for example, you cannot put two commas when you're using a username. You cannot use more than one number, like there is whenever you are logging putting a password, there is a set of rules, right? So like that, if there is a set of rules for login and password both, so that nobody is able to put any injection in it, because if there will be a restriction towards certain alphabets and special characters, so nothing can happen actually to your website. So this is the vulnerability which is actually exploited in it. Now let us go with XSS, cross-site scripting attack. Now, when we are working with this type of attack, it is nothing, it is, we can say it is somewhat similar to SQL injection, but in a different way. For example, when you are putting some malicious code, for example, a JavaScript code for printing, the code which is used in printing, you're using it on the website URL. So when you, as soon as you put that, you enter it, and you see there is a small box which are coming with your message there, and there is an only a cut option there. And whenever you open the website again on a different tab, you see that again. So this is a XSS attack which you have actually performed unknowingly. So this type of attack will be attacked towards the trust of the website, and the legit users who were actually viewing it every day, they might drop, the leads might drop of that company, financial losses may occur, and also trust of the website, the main thing on which every business is built, will be moved. Now, the main vulnerability exploit in this is lack of validation of web application. As I have told you, just like the SQL, if it has the lack of input validation on web application, this will occur this will occur, and nobody can stop it if you don't have a input validations on your website. Everything should be checked before publishing a website. Now let us come with cross sites request forgery, CSRF. This must not be in your knowing, because this type of attack is attack which is not generally seen but has a huge impact on the websites. So this is basically when you are requesting and submitting a malicious file. Now, till now we were discussing about a malicious code, a malicious injection code which is helping us to get through it. But now we are talking about a file. You are actually having a file in which there is a certain kind of a code which will execute as soon as it is sent. So this is actually a type of attack in which when a website is asking for a file submission and you submit that file, that can lead to very harsh things. For example, if you are doing this thing, CSRF, and you might delete the database, you might take over the database, you might remove that person from the admin. So there are different things which could occur. So let us understand what is the actually vulnerability which is exploited in this, which is actually uh, proper authentication in web application. As we say, everything is related to authentication. For example, if there is a file, there should be a checker before the acceptance of the file, that these things should not be there in the file. For example, you have to submit a report. So it should say that certain comma, or no, comma should be there like for the report, but certain things which can be put up in a code, like hashtag include this or something like that, or some other type of codes which are very popular nowadays. This type of codes are very popular. So if you put that thing in the restriction, that when you are accepting it, before it check what it has in the file, if the file has these components, reject it, say send again, but a better one, this is rejected for now, so that like that things should occur. Now the ransomware, the topic which was in the first one, that was when you have second one, which was actually virus and worms and everything when you are downloading from torrent or somewhere. So ransomware is a very dangerous attack, if I suppose with it, because in this attack, you actually, when ransomware occurs, your total system gets hanged, and there is only one message with a warning that please submit this amount of money to this in this and this much bitcoins. So basically, it is an attack in which the user encrypts all your data, all your laptop, and you're not able to do anything on your laptop. Now, if you enter the money, then only it will get unlocked and the key will be given to you to unlock it. If you have a data which is not really relevant and you can make it once again, or the data is not so sensitive that it might lead to some destruction of your life or your anything. So you can actually not send it and just restart it or reset it. But sometimes ransomware are so dangerous that they make a ransomware in such a way that as soon as it enters to your system, it will encrypt your this. And after that, when you reset it or do anything on the system with the same windows and everything, it will encrypt after 1 year or 2 year when you have some data on it. So it is best to change your laptop because the ransomware has occurred now. So if you have don't have data, else you have to pay for it. There is no option. The exploited vulnerability is social engineering. Sometimes you opt to download some legit software, but actually it's a ransomware. It is something which is not expected by you, or malicious links which are clicked and it happens. So poor security practices, non-antiviruses are there, but sometimes antivirus also. Now the zero day. You might be knowing that the zero day of this company, zero day of that company. If you are in cybersecurity, you have some knowledge, you see some news about cybersecurity. So this is a very common thing you must have seen. If you're not, then I'll explain it. No worries. So zero day exploit is basically when the target vulnerability software there is an unknown to a vendor, make it difficult to defend until a patch is released. So zero day is actually when there is a software and no vulnerability was found, but the day it was found, it was a zero day exploit. Actually, the day on which the first vulnerability was found and it was unpatched. So this is zero day. Okay. So the vulnerability exploited is that they have taken the advantage of certain vulnerabilities which was not caught up before publishing the website or application. So this is all about zero day because it's nothing more to explain in this topic, as it's just that there are certain vulnerabilities there which was not found in 1 year of your company starting, but later somebody actually attacked on your website because of that vulnerability. That's a zero day. Some people are good enough, they're white hat, they'll tell you you have to give them some amount reward to them as a bug bounty, but sometimes people just take over your data and leak it or sell it on the dark web at lower rates. Drive-by download. This is the most common kind of attack which is seen by everyone, I suppose, because this type of attack is due to a download. We can say it is just connected to the second attack I just told you. So drive-by download occur when attack exploits in browsers or plugins to automatically download and execute malicious code on the user. Now, for example, you are seeing a movie which is actually in the theaters, but somebody released on it for free. As I said, nothing is free. Sometimes you click on it and some tabs open. Then you cut it, then you again click it, through which you see all the movie. Now, if I tell you that when you're clicking on it, it might be there that some kind of a code executed, you were able to download a software which was not showing on your tab because of some reasons. It did not show that some software, some app is installed in your system or something. Now that app may be ransomware, maybe a worm, maybe a virus or anything. So drive-by downloads is like that. It works like that. As other words, it was unpatched softwares, browser vulnerability, because these type of websites are actually vulnerable, really vulnerable. You can do anything on it. Sometimes people really attack and check their attacking, how the attacks are performed. Sometimes they do attack system, but it is unethical to do that. If the owner complains it, you are behind the bars. So never do that. There is certain website, for example, vulnerability.com, vulnerabilityhub.com. You can go there and check out. There is a proper website which can help you. You can test it in your ways. You can do anything on that website. So this was all about this, all about it. Also, do share your valuable feedback in your comments, and if you have any questions, any queries, all the queries will be resolved in the comment. Or if you want a topic, next video on some topic or some vulnerability or any topic in cybersecurity, do comment down and like, comment and share. Thank you guys for seeing this video. Good day.